Tony Clark spent 4 days meeting with the executive board, and he did it so that they would all understand and be prepared that there's going to be a work stoppage. And then he came out, and Bob Nightingale wrote about this in the USA Today, and he came out and said, listen, we're fully prepared for a work stoppage. There's no question about that. Tony Clark specifically said we don't go into a negotiation trying to miss games. We go into a negotiation looking to move the industry forward, protect and advance player rights. Do you know that there are laws in place of how both sides have to enter into a collective bargaining agreement negotiation? Did you know that you have to negotiate in good faith? Did you know that all of the talk that you hear from the commissioner and the head of the union about how much we are going to negotiate and how much we are interested in the industry and in the players and in the commissioners and in the value of teams and in the fans, all of that is because they have to. Tony Clark is not interested in moving the industry forward. Tony Clark is interested in getting his players paid. If that moves the industry backward, it doesn't matter to him. The commissioner of baseball is not interested in moving the industry forward. He is interested in ensuring that the value of teams continue to increase and that his record of labor peace and not missing a game through the entirety of his career will stand. The commissioner is interested in making sure that there are no voting blocks that can be used to usurp his power. Tony Clark is interested that there are no coups that happen within the union to take away his job or his livelihood. Acting out of self-interest is not something to criticize. Acting out of self-interest is actually something that I respond to, that I respect. And I would have no problem with that being an honest quote. Would you? If Tony Clark had come out and said, listen, it doesn't matter to me if there's a salary cap. It doesn't matter to me what the luxury tax threshold is. What matters to me is that a majority of my players vote in favor of whatever the deal is. Why is that not an okay goal? I think it's a wonderful goal, actually. I think it should be the goal in every negotiation to get to a finish line that satisfies the people on behalf of whom you're negotiating. But that's not how this is going to work. What's going to happen is Tony Clark and Rob Manfred and the people who work for them are going to be positioning themselves from now until the beginning of the season when they start doing regular negotiations, all through the season, All-Star break, playoffs, off-season, and all of it ending in the work stoppage that will happen when the CBA expires in December of 2026. And all of the posturing and all the statements will be to mislead you. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to give you quotes that will be so clear that you'll say, my God, that makes a whole lot of sense. When Tony Clark talks to you about salary cap or moving industry forward, the way to deal with that if you are the commissioner is by continuing to increase the minimum salary. Have you noticed what Adam Silver's doing in the WNBA collective bargaining negotiation, though it has not worked yet, and there will likely be a work stoppage there, even though they keep extending the deadline? Something that baseball is very unlikely to do. Have you read where all of the issue is about the league minimum salary? The league minimum salary is an issue that is a hot button for negotiators on both sides in collective bargaining of sports teams. Baseball is especially a hot issue because of the number of players who play at the minimum. And the reason why Tony Clark wants young players to get paid more is that what he's realizing, and he cannot fight any longer, is that young, overperforming players are more valuable than old, underperforming players. And the top of the union, the top of the free agents, Kyle Schwarber getting a 4-year deal offer from Pittsburgh. That's not a sign of a healthy industry. That's not a sign of a union saying, look, we're getting the bottom teams to pay up and bid up for the top level of the union. No. What the union's trying to do is to get the Pittsburgh Pirates to increase their payroll. What they're trying to do is get their players paid more contractually. What they're trying to do is get the rookie wage scale, the minimum before players hit arbitration, keep that going higher. It used to be 150 grand. It's like 780 grand now. They want it higher, higher, higher. Tony Clark does not need to go public with what his issues are. Neither does the commissioner of baseball. Everyone is very clear. PR is not going to change in this early stage, no matter what Tony Clark does publicly, no matter what the commissioner does publicly. Our public view, at least mine, which I would encourage you to at least consider, is that all of this noise is just nonsense. You don't need to start paying attention until next March. Give yourself 15 months of grace. Give yourself 15 months to enjoy the on-field product. Give yourself 15 months to ignore all of the positioning and politicking that are being spoon-fed to you through the media, because it's all crap. I'd like to tell you it's going to end, but it's not. There'll be responses that get leaked to this Tony Clark discussion about what his goal is and meeting with the players and all the stuff about rookie pay scale. Of course, baseball has to respond because they want to make sure that the owners see that there is a PR battle happening. They never asked me that, Coca. We were asked all sorts of stuff with the Marlins, and when we were part of this, what are the issues that matter to you? Don't talk to the press. We'll take care of that. We were never asked what our view was of the PR plan, because my PR plan during bargaining would be to zip it.